you
the
want,
topic of our discussion, yes, the topic was capitalism is weakening the essence of aestheticism. It's harming aestheticism. So, sir, I would want you to give a brief introduction of the idea of capitalism to my viewers, and after that, I have lots of questions on this topic. So, just a brief introduction
thank,
first, sir.
thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk about this very important subject. Uh, if we want to understand capitalism, we need to go deeper into its philosophical genealogy, or we need to go to the very beginning of Enlightenment and Renaissance. What I'm talking about is that it is based in something that we call rationalism, okay, and it is part of that trajectory that we call positivism and modernism. So it is capitalism is intellectually aligned with these thought processes that originated in Western Enlightenment, with rationalism, with reason as its main. It's its center. In that sense, it has some very nasty, I would say, nasty thought practices as
Indeed.
part of its group. So once you understand those thought practices, you are able to understand what is capitalism and its essence, because it does not believe in what we say, that morality does not mean anything to it, and ethics don't mean anything to it, as long as you are making money, as long as as long as you're adding to the capital, you're fine. So because of its intellectual genealogy, it already a priori it tries to negate. My son was playing with mobile.
It's okay, sir.
So
It
as long as
keeps on happening on BBC. So let's hop in on the trend. Yes, sir.
okay,
Yes, sir. So,
so I was telling you that, yeah, go on, you were saying,
morality, sir. You were elucidating how
you want to
morality
say
and
something?
money. No, no, sir. I was just restating your point, sir.
Exactly, because I was saying that, yeah, yeah, what I'm saying is that in order to understand capitalism, we need to understand its genealogy, intellectual genealogy, and the kind of genealogy it has. You cannot expect anything good coming out from it. It has the best place to begin this understanding is what we call 20th century German philosophy, especially Frankfurt School, and they have written books about it, and what their argument is that Western man is no longer a human being. A Western man is no longer he's automaton. Western man is one-dimensional, and their argument is that they are one-dimensional. They are dehumanized, and they are insane because of neurotic, because of this intellectual genealogy of capitalism, that they have made man into something like a monster. So what I'm saying, capitalism is aligned with these thought practices, and they they do not allow a man to take center stage. They value capital, they value material things, possessions, and in this ethos, humanity is the first casualty. Truth is the first casualty. So this is the intellectual genealogy of capitalism. If we elaborate on the thought, so it is this thought, and this is where it is coming from.
Right,
Yes.
sir.
I hope you
That was
understood its genealogy.
yes, sir. It is
I hope
Jalla Jalla.
everybody is able to understand and
Yes, sir.
follow it.
I would urge my viewers to please put in your questions in the comment box. I'm reading them, and sir will answer them. And it's going to be a very fruitful session. We've learned a lot about philosophy and rationalism and what not. from sir. He's a powerhouse, so please don't waste the chance. All right, you can ask as many questions as possible. Don't consider any question stupid. Okay, you can ask anything. All right, sir. My next
Thank you
question
very
for
much.
you, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, what would you like to
So,
say to those
oh, okay.
people? Am I audible, sir? Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are.
Okay. All right, sir. Then, sir, what would you like to say
Yes,
to
you
those?
are audible. Yeah.
Okay. The people who say that Marxism and communism are real enemies, and capitalism at least gives credit to a person if he or she works. And I personally, I don't agree with that statement, but I would want
Well,
to know your.
you have you have added another term into the discussion, which is Marxism. And you know one thing, you've been my student, you know it because we've been discussing this in the class, that the kind of Marx that we have in Pakistan is
Yes,
not the
sir.
Marx is not the correct understanding of Marx. It is a distortion of the idea, the distortion of the ideas of Marx. The Marx that we have in Pakistan is an atheist, and the Marx that we see in Iqbal and the Marx that we see in the Frankfurt School, he's not an atheist. He's a mystic. He's a Sufi. You have added Marxism to. They are not comparable terms. Capitalism and Marxism, because the kind of Marxism that we have in our mind, he's not just about economics. Okay, economics is just a
Yes,
very
sir.
small part of it. What he is, the argument that he has, that we will be discussing in the context of our discussion as well on aesthetics. What his argument is, that it is a system which is going to corrupt man and humanity. Okay, and he knew it from the beginning. He could tell the very what was the trajectory of capitalism. So Marx is not about just
Right.
economic. Marx is about humanity. Marx is about the freedom of man. Marx is about exploitation. Marx is about oppression, injustice everywhere. Wherever there is injustice, and so there, that's where Marx is. So the kind of I hope you understand the Marx that we have in Pakistan. That the Marxist, the so-called Marxist and so-called liberal lot is promoting. That's not Marxism. That's just a distorted version of Marx. So we cannot equate that Marx we cannot bring that Marx into the discussion of capitalism, because capitalism is
It's an
it
entirely
values
different.
capital, and Marx values humanity. So they are
Right,
incompatible.
sir.
But what in Pakistan. Yes, they are in, and what has happened is that we in Pakistan are equating his economics, Marx, that Marx is about sharing the governmental control of property, and then this equal distribution of, everybody will be wearing blue overalls, and everybody will be wearing those army boots, and everybody will be wearing. That conception of Marxism is flawed itself. So when you add Marx into capital, that kind of Marx and capitalism that we see in Pakistan, this is what they call Marxism, and this is what they call capitalism. But the Marx that we have and the kind of capitalism that he was against it was based on a different debate, entirely different debate. It was about justice, it was about oppression, it was about humanity, it was not about money at all. He said that it is possible for man to evolve to a different society. So when we compare or contrast Marx and capitalism in Pakistan, we just reduced him to, and this is to economics. He's much more than economics. He's not about just
Yes,
nationalizing everything and giving everybody. So it's not,
yes,
there is a
yes.
distortion of Marx that our action to tackle with capitalism in Pakistan. You need to correct your understanding of Marx. That otherwise you cannot get rid capitalism. Capitalism will continue to erode and it will continue to go deeper and take us down to the abyss. So, in order to stop that for degeneration, that regression, you need to understand Marx, and that understanding is not forthcoming in Pakistan at the moment because their Marx needs a complete overhaul. So that is the situation. So you introduced Marx to capitalism's debate, so I had to
I
make this comment.
I'm really sorry for doing
Yes.
that, sir. I couldn't help it because somebody commented on the poster that I posted. Somebody commented an article. He sent a whole article, and it's lengthy. So it's. I'm
And,
sorry, sir.